you don't already know who Vin Diesel is, you've probably been living under a rock. Mark Sinclair, professionally and globally known as Vin Diesel of the Fast and the Furious fame, is not only a successful actor today, but a renowned filmmaker and producer as well. With a net worth of $230 million, it is clear that Vin Diesel has made quite the life for himself. And thanks to the success of the Fast and Furious series, the actor is today almost synonymous with the character of Dominic Toretto. However, Diesel shares a love for cars that is equal to, or perhaps even surpasses that of his on-screen counterpart. And as much as Dominic Toretto might forever swear only by American muscle, Vin Diesel's collection of cars is a globe-trotting adventure in and of itself, with JDM cars, hypercars, and of course some iconic American ponies as well. Enough to grab the attention and approval of any and every gearhead out there, Vin Diesel's car collection sure could make any collector or connoisseur envious. Today we present the 8 ultimate vehicles that Vin Diesel possesses, in no particular order.
I am Groot.
Starting off with the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. Vin Diesel's self-professed favorite car is a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS, which featured in the last scene of the original Fast and Furious movie, 2001's The Fast and the Furious. With its huge 454 cubic inch V8 engine, the Chevelle SS was advertised as producing 450 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque in its stock form. Its 60 miles per hour time stood at a fraction over 5 seconds, making it one of the fastest accelerating cars in the world upon its release, according to Auto Express. In an interview, Diesel jokingly claimed to have stolen his Chevelle SS from the set of one of the films, calling it one of his perks. A different Chevelle SS, used in the filming of Fast and Furious 4, was put up for auction in 2020 at a specialist dealer in Australia and sold for over $100,000 Australian dollars. It's very likely that a Vin Diesel-owned example would sell for even more if the actor ever wanted to auction off his collection. But given that the Chevelle SS is his favorite, that seems very unlikely to happen. Next on the list is the Mazda RX-7. Few Japanese cars are quite as iconic as the Mazda RX-7, which became a hit with tuners and street racers across the globe after the FD generation car debuted in 1993. The car's unique rotary engine ensured it had an exhaust note that was unlike anything else on the market, and its innovative twin-turbo setup meant there was virtually zero turbo lag. When it was launched in America, it caused a stir, winning Motor Trend's Import Car of the Year award in 1993. This was backed up by an initial surge of buyer interest, but that interest quickly faded in the years following the car's reveal. By 1995, the weak economy combined with the RX-7's high MSRP had put buyers off entirely. The car continued to be sold in Japan until 2002 and was eventually replaced by the RX-8, which never enjoyed the same level of popularity. Diesel's RX-7 is reportedly a rare 2x2 hatchback model. Number 6 on our list, we have the 1970 Dodge Charger Tantrum. A classic Dodge Charger is already a highly desirable collector's car, but Vin Diesel's isn't any old Charger. It was gifted to him for his 52nd birthday by the production crew of Fast and Furious 9, and it was custom-built by Speedcore Performance with a twin-turbo 9.0-liter Mercury Marine racing engine under the hood. It's capable of churning out 1,650 horsepower, yet it features a 6-speed manual transmission. Calling it a tire shredder would be an understatement. The body panels are made from carbon fiber, and inside, the Charger's stock interior has been replaced with luxurious leather seats and Alcantara trim. In fact, very little is carried over from the original 70 Charger, with most parts custom-built by Speedcore. Diesel's emotional reaction to the gift was caught on camera, with the actor looking to the sky and sending a message to his late friend and co-star Paul Walker. "You see this, Pablo? We hope to make you proud, Pablo."
You see this, Pablo? We hope to make you proud, Pablo. We hope to make you proud.
Next is the Plymouth Roadrunner. This baddie is one of the most commonly seen cars in the Fast and Furious franchise, usually being driven by Vin Diesel's character Dominic Toretto. It turns out he's as big a fan of the car in real life as he is in the movies, with a 70 model in his personal collection. The car has been described as a no-nonsense muscle car, with an emphasis on keeping things simple and focusing on pure performance at an affordable price. The 1970 model year car was largely unchanged since the Roadrunner's introduction in 1968, with a V8 engine that produced 335 horsepower. It would turn out to be one of the last old-school muscle cars to be introduced before the oil crisis of the early 70s meant that consumer focus shifted to smaller, more economical vehicles. A total of 41,484 Roadrunners were sold through the 1970 model year, but that figure dropped to just 14,218 in 1971 when the second generation of the car was introduced. The high sales of the 1970 Roadrunner means that there are still plenty of them on the road today. It's a good job they're not too rare, as the Fast and Furious franchise reportedly totaled several during filming. Fourth is the classic Toyota Supra. A Japanese icon that was popularized in part by the Fast and Furious franchise, the MK4 Toyota Supra has rapidly become one of the most collectible and expensive cars of its era. The price record for mint-condition examples seems to keep increasing with every auction sale, and at the time of writing, it stands at $265,000 for a non-movie car. However, the record for the most expensive Supra ever is held by one of the stunt cars used by Paul Walker to film The Fast and the Furious, the first installment in the now veteran franchise. It sold for $550,000 in 2021 at a Barrett-Jackson auction in Las Vegas. Much like his friend and co-star Walker, Vin Diesel also has an affinity for the Supra, and reportedly has one sitting in his garage. He's claimed in interviews that Universal Pictures has previously offered him stunt cars used in the filming of Fast and Furious movies, but it's not clear whether his personal Supra is one that was used on set or just something he bought of his own accord. If it's the former, it would probably be within a chance of breaking the all-time sales record for the model if he put it up for auction. The Dodge Charger Daytona. This is one of the most revered muscle cars of its era, and it made a brief appearance in Fast and Furious 6. Diesel reportedly owns one in real life, and it's one of the most valuable vehicles in his collection. The Daytona shot to fame for being exceptionally fast in NASCAR, winning 6 races outright between 1969 and 1970. Seeing its success, NASCAR quickly moved to ban features like nose cones and oversized rear wings, bringing an abrupt end to the Daytona's competition career. However, this also meant that only 503 examples were ever built, and surviving examples are highly coveted among collectors. The auction record for the most expensive Daytona stands at $1.32 million, but it's thought that prices for the car could go even higher in the future. It's not known how much Diesel paid for his or its exact specs, but it's unlikely he'd lose money on his investment if he ever did decide to part with his Daytona down the line. Finally, we have the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. Despite its roots as a humble delivery van, the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter has become a sleeper hit among celebrities, with high-profile owners ranging from Justin Bieber to Will Smith. Diesel's Sprinter wasn't originally his at all. In fact, it was kitted out by his friend and co-star, Tyrese Gibson. It's far from standard, as Gibson explained in a video that he wanted a Rolls-Royce in van form, and since the British automaker wasn't too keen on making one for him, he thought he'd build it himself. The finished product was converted by an aftermarket company called Van Masters, and it features a Spirit of Ecstasy on the front in honor of its biggest inspiration. Perhaps inspiration is too lenient of a word, as the amount of monogrammed Rolls-Royce logos present in the interior would have many people think that Gibson was trying to pass the van off as an official RR-branded product. Potential copyright infringement aside, the van is a very lavish affair, with maroon and gold upholstery, a fridge, and a huge TV, according to GQ. Gibson gave Diesel the van as a gift for his birthday, with Diesel's expletive-filled reaction caught on camera by his publicity-loving friend.
Done. Now I gotta buy him a plane.
Oh, shit. We good.
I gotta get him a plane. I'm what, G5 and shit.
Oh, shit. We good. This your G5 right here on wheels.
Well, there you have it. 8 of the most ultimate collection of cars that Vin Diesel possesses. Which of these cars did you find interesting? Comment down below and let's discuss. While you're at it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep you updated with our future uploads. Until then, I'll catch you on the next one.